Welcome, everybody, to Countdown to Pull Time. My name is Jason Schultz. I am joined by Russell Counts, the president of the Mid-South Pullers Association. We are in Hammond, Louisiana. We are sitting inside, Russell. You'll notice a couple raindrops on my buddy Russell here, but we're sitting good. There is a chance of rain here, and then the track is covered, fans. We feel great about having this event tonight. What a great way to kick off the season last night, Russell, with a Friday night show. I've heard about Hammond. I've seen a lot about it. We wanted to come do it. I met Ari and Charlie at Murfreesboro, Tennessee, I believe, this year. Talked to them at the farm show, and they wanted to have Full Pull Live come down, and we're excited to be here with Mid-South, with you guys to kick off your season. And this event and this venue, Russell, has lived up to everything I heard about.
It's a great event. He wanted to make it a points pool 3 or 4 years ago, and we voted it in to do that, and we've been coming ever since. And he treats everybody with great hospitality, great food, great event, great track. And as you can see, it's growing by year because there's a lot of good iron here, as well as me and you both know, from all over the country.
Yes. Oh, some of the, like you said to me last night, Jason, this is a Louisville type of a two-wheel drive truck class.
Exactly.
And we have our Louisville champion here. We have Jesse Petro Hill, plus all the Mid-South tractors, Mayhill, a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff from different associations mixing it up. So
exactly. That's what I said to you last night. You're exactly right. That's where you're going to go get any better.
Yeah.
They traveled a long way to get here.
Yes, they did. How long, personally, for you to get here, sir?
About 7 hours.
7 hours, yeah. So I would say
we're Southern Tennessee, Lawrenceburg.
Yep. So, and this is the only pull in the state of Louisiana. So.
It is for Mid-South.
Yeah.
And the only pull I know of, yes.
In general. So, when did Mid-South get involved with this pull? I know early on they, with some other associations, not a lot of numbers, and then Mid-South got involved, and that's really when we've seen the increase of pullers coming down. You start seeing people come from all over the country.
It was a Mid-South pool before it actually became a points pool.
Okay.
So
you'd put it on the schedule.
We had.
And you do like the purse, but not the points.
Right.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
Charlie and Ari was wanting it to be a points pool, so the Mid-South body voted on it, and the majority won, so it became a points pool.
All right, awesome. Again, if you're just joining us on Countdown to Pull Time, Russell Counts, president of the Mid-South Pullers Association. We're getting ready. 6 o'clock start time, tentatively. The track has been covered since last night. We are getting a shower right now, but we feel good about having this event tonight. Not sure if we'll start right at 6. We've got Super Farms tonight. The same class we had last night, fans. Super Farms Light Limited Super Stocks. The 3.6 Pro Stock Diesel trucks, Super Farm tractors, and two-wheel drive trucks. Did I say them all right, Russell? I know 5. 4 ones, Light Limiteds, Super Farms, two-wheelers, and 3.6 Pro Stock Diesel trucks.
Yes,
so,
yes, sir.
Great numbers, 56 total hooks last night. I know we're going to be down a couple tractors and trucks here tonight, but I think we're still going to have over 50 hooks. So really looking forward tonight. Mid-South Pullers, Russell, how long have you been president, sir?
I'm beginning my 3rd year.
Okay. And how long have you been pulling?
We started with NTPE Mid-South.
Okay.
PPL. And we bought our tractor personally in 05.
Okay. And who'd you buy that from?
Don Masterson.
I've heard of that guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of a big deal.
It's old Tinker Toy. It was his ag chassis.
So there's your trivia thought of the day. If Dan Mayer was in here with you right now, he'd be all over this.
Yes, he would.
He'd have the history of all that stuff.
Yes, he would. But we've been
nice.
pulling. Me and Jed Pettis toured it for several years, and now my son Kobe's got old enough to drive, so he's been on it. I kind of got out of the seat and let him have it, so he's been on it 3 or 4, 5, 6 years now.
You enjoy watching him drive it?
I really enjoy watching him drive it, and he does a good job.
Awesome. That is great. Hey, let's touch on your schedule a little bit, if you don't mind. If you don't mind taking us down through that for everybody here, the schedule for 2025 for Mid-South.
Okay, the next pool will be in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, which is my hometown pool that I promote along with the Lawrenceburg Rotary Club. It's a 2-night pool.
Okay. What classes you got there?
We have all Mid-South classes.
All of them. Okay.
We run 3 tracks.
Nice.
We run 2 tracks full time, and then we got a mini track that we kind of mix in the middle.
Okay.
To make the night go faster, because obviously it's a different sled.
Yeah.
And we have around 90 we average anywhere from 85 to 100
So
hooks.
it's a big show.
It's a big show. It's a big show. A lot of people really comes and helps us out here like they do here. Some other pullers from across the country, and it's a really good show. And it'll be on MAV TV.
Okay.
And of course we're sanctioned under Pro Pulling League.
Okay. Yep.
And let's see, after Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, we'll be in Cloverdale, Alabama. Ardmore, Tennessee.
If when you say some of these, if there's any local pullers, let me know. Like, so obviously your hometown pull. Does anybody have like is it Cloverdale their hometown pull in your association?
Yes. I may get in trouble.
Okay, that's okay.
You may get me in trouble on this,
Sorry,
so I won't be able to thank all of them.
We are live though, Russell, so I don't think we have a delay. I got to ask the production team. So,
and then all of these. Let me say it like this: every pool that we have has hometown pullers.
Okay.
And there's more than one, so it'd really be too many to try to remember a name.
That's fine. That's fair. That's like saying, what are your kids' birthdays, Russell?
That's exactly right.
Yeah, we're going to stay away from
that.
But
we leave there. We're in Ardmore, Tennessee, Hopkinsville, Kentucky. You know, the hunts, they help put that one on. And also the fair.
Okay.
You know, that's their hometown. That's also
that's
the fair.
H&R Agri, right?
That's H&R Agri Power. They furnish tractors and stuff. You got Huntland, Tennessee, Elizabethtown, Kentucky, Moulton, Alabama, Lexington, Tennessee. They backed out, so we're not going to be there. Hillsborough, Tennessee, Lexington, Alabama. That's always been big pullers from years. Has been.
I've heard of that event.
Yes, sir. They've been coming for years. Crockett Mills, Tennessee.
That's Stoney's pool, right?
That's Stoney's pool.
Yep.
Viola, Tennessee, Mary, Kentucky they have since backed out due to some kind of grounds problems. But you got Columbia, Tennessee. That's a financial mistake.
Okay, yeah. That's Marianne Kerr.
That's Marianne Kerr. Yep. Springfield, Tennessee. That's a home of a bunch of them.
Yeah, is that Barbie and all them guys?
Barbie, Andy Teasley.
Man, they had a heck of a pass last night.
The Heads. I mean, a bunch of pullers in the past. Yeah. Fuquay.
Okay, yeah, heck yeah. Tennessee Tracks.
That's what I'm saying. That's too many to name. But Collinwood, Tennessee.
I met William Kaufman today at lunch.
Collinwood, Tennessee. Yep. He had a little bad luck.
Yeah, had a fire. He said.
Had a fire. Burned his truck. He lost everything. I mean, her truck, support vehicles, camper, all, and building shop, all in the fire.
It's terrible. Terrible.
And then we finish up. We have another one in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, on our first weekend.
Hometown pool? Okay.
On our first weekend at our fair. Then Woodbury, where you were at last year. You've been talking about with Wesley Foster.
Yep.
And then we come back. We finish up in Lawrenceburg on the final night, which is a double venue with the Woodbury show.
Okay, great. No, that's gonna be awesome. That's a great season. How many hooks? Like, what's your most requested class in Mid-South? Like when the fair boards or the promoters come to you and say, I gotta have. Is it 2-wheelers? Is it light limiteds? Is it super farms? What's your most requested class?
There's probably 3 or 4.
Okay.
I'd say 2-wheelers, limited pros. 2-wheelers. Right here's your hooks.
Oh, okay.
So 2-wheel drive
have 21. The light supers have 17. Super farms have 21. The super modified 4-wheel drive have 8 hooks. So is that similar? Is that like the 4-wheel drive with the TNT with the longer wheelbases, or is that more?
Yes, that's the blown trucks.
The blown trucks. Okay, gotcha. Like the Why Not van.
Exactly.
Yeah, the coolest pulling thing ever.
Yeah.
Light limited super stocks, 24 hooks.
Yes, sir.
Now, are you guys staying away from the component thing? That's been big chatter on the internet.
We are staying away from the component thing.
Did you lock it down for a couple years, or how did your association do that?
We have our annual meeting in the fall, and it has to be brought up on the agenda for anything to be changed anyway. So it's too late to change even if they wanted to. So we're locked in until next fall.
Good deal.
And then, somebody may bring it up and they may not. We'll just stay like we are, but we're not allowing components right now, no.
Yep, just curious. Pro Stock 4s, 19 hooks. Pro Stock diesel trucks, 18 hooks. Those are the 3.6 trucks with the cut tires fans. We had them here. We have them here again tonight. You guys have mini rods.
We do have mini rods.
So are they the big blown minis, or are they naturally aspirated?
Naturally aspirated minis.
Nice. Cool.
They're about 3 years old with us.
Okay. Dude,
they're fairly new class, but they're growing.
Yeah, that's a really good class, and it brings a different fan base to the sport. I like minis a lot. So, and then of course our limited Pro 4 ones. That is, they have the most hooks with 25. So, good class there. So they're almost at every event then for sure. So
they're almost at every event, right?
Right. Mid-South. What's the history of Mid-South? When did it start? I don't want to get you in trouble, Russell, but give me the history of it.
I don't know how to answer that. It's way before my time.
Way before your time. Fair enough. When did it become part of PPL? When did you guys make the switch?
The switch has been made at least, I would say at least 10 years.
I was thinking like 2010-ish, maybe somewhere in there, maybe mid-2000s. It's been good. And then I also want to talk about your tractor personally, the Dixie Deer. We talked a little bit off air a little bit.
Okay.
So you said this is what'd you say? Tell me the story. I don't even want to ask you the question. What's going on at Louisville this year?
This is if it gets invited to Louisville.
Do you know a guy?
I might know a guy, but this will be the 50th invite for that tractor, that same chassis, for all the history. In other words, last year was number 49.
So I said to you, you're not even that old.
There's a couple of years.
The history of it.
Right. There was a couple of it missed 2 or 3 pools. The year Don Masterson sold it to us.
Okay.
Switched over to component.
What year was that?
05.
05. Okay.
And so that's been 20 years.
Yep. That's a good.
That we've been campaigning it.
So what's the exact? What you said started out as a gypsy? Is that what you told me earlier?
It started out as a gypsy.
Okay.
With Don Elder.
Don Elder. Okay, so that's in the
up
70s.
Up around in the Lance Little area. He was
Tuscaloosa, Illinois area.
Right.
Okay.
And then it went to the Raymond Armistead in Adairsville, Kentucky.
Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, it was Night Train.
Night Train. Okay.
Then it was sold to us, or it was Don Masterson bought it off Raymond Armistead, campaigned it as Tinker Toy. We bought it in 05 and campaigned it.
You need to answer
Sorry
that.
about that.
No, you can't. We're live. If maybe it's something good.
And then we got it.
Okay.
In 05, and we campaigned it as Dixie Deer Super Farm, and we made the switch about 4 years ago to Limited Pro.
Yeah. So Dixie Deer, what does that mean to you and your family? A special name, or just sitting around one night?
We was sitting around one night, and we was trying to do 2 things, believe it or not. We was trying to name my daughter Caroline.
Yep.
And trying to name a tractor at the same time.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
So we put some names in the hats and drawed them out, and it kind of fell in place. But we're the crossroads of Dixie and Lawrenceburg. That's where it come from. It's not historic or.
That's fine. No, some people have amazing names, and some people have. That's just fun. He drew it out of the hat.
The crossroads of Dixie is where we're at. We're Highway 43 and Highway 64 cross in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Is called the crossroads of Dixie.
All right.
So I think it's two lanes. It goes from coast to coast, east to west, north to south, and they cross in our town.
Nice.
So that's why we're called Crossroads of Dixie. And that's where we get the name Dixie Deer.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
And then when Dixie Ram come up for sale, of course we didn't change the name because it just fell right
into the Dixie,
in place.
Dixie team. Speaking of Caroline, the big win at the farm show this year in the Super Stock Diesel Truck class, did you ever in your wildest dreams imagine that happening?
I did not.
Okay. At least you're honest. That was
did
amazing.
Last year she had 2 attempts, couldn't get out of the hole, and they towed her outside. That's just the way that works.
Yeah, there's a couple happy people from full pull picks that
I'm sure
Caroline's odds were not great. She was a long shot, Russell, and a couple people hit on her, and they made a lot of money on a couple small wagers. So it was fun. It was fun to see. So
that's right.
They should buy her a birthday cake or something.
Yeah, that's right. She attempted the first time up there in the same, just like last year.
Yeah.
And I said, oh no. So Jed was down there with her, which is just like a son to me. He's been with me since he's 5 years old. He works on the farm with me and Kobe anyway. He's been with us ever since I called Jed. We had an idea. We told her what to do, how to leave the line, and it didn't work. So I called Jed, and I said, Jed, that ain't going to work, is it? And he said, no, sir. I said, you know what to do now, don't you? And he said, yes, sir, I'll take care of it. I said, all right, make it happen. So he rearranged our plan. She made it work that time.
I like it. I like it a lot. So I got the signal from production. We got a couple minutes left. Let's talk about your sponsors of the Pro Polling League. I know the Hot Shot Secrets came on board this year. What is that doing for the state associations for you guys?
New apparel.
Okay.
More money.
Okay.
More support.
Nice.
PPL has a lot of very good sponsors. Too many to name right now because if I could.
Yeah,
name them and Mid-South. We don't want to get
you in trouble.
Yeah, we don't want to get into all that.
You'll miss one.
We have a lot of. We're not ready to go 100% yet, but we're doing our program. All the sponsors will be in our program book.
Nice.
So everybody just watch the website, watch Facebook page, look at our program, grab one at the pools when they come out. All the sponsors will be in there. We have great support, great sponsors from Pro Pulling League and their sponsors, and Mid-South and our sponsors. We have a lot of support.
We love it. A couple of your events with Full Pull Live. We love working with your people. all the tech officials from the chick and everything, and it's been great to do it, and we're hoping to do more of it in the future. I know we're going to be doing Woodbury again, and a few other promoters have reached out to us as well, so it's exciting to work with you, and you always put on a great show, and nothing disappointed last night. You guys were spot on, and we're looking forward to tonight. So
And thank you very much for the compliment.
awesome. You're very welcome. So thanks for having us in, and then I'm going to kick you out. I'm going to bring Patrick in. Is that okay?
Sounds
Cool.
good.
Thank you,
very
Russell.
much. No.
I'll see you tonight, buddy.
Okay.
Patrick Payne's coming in next. Again, just join us. Countdown to pull time. We do this before every single one of our live streams, 2 hours before we go live with the truck and tractor pull. Bring different guests and different sponsors. That was Russell Counts, the president of the Mid-South Pullers Association, also owner of the Dixie Deer 4.1 Limited Pro, and of course their Dixie Ram 3.6 Pro Stock diesel truck. His daughter Caroline drives it, and she is the one who won the National Farm Machinery Show. I sit next to Patrick Payne, Bad to the Bone 4.1 Limited Pro Stock. I got to slide in a little bit. My producer, Patrick, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you, buddy?
Good.
Good to see you. I love your tractor. When you bought it, I was still pulling 4.1 Limited Pro with my Remedy tractor.
Right.
And that tractor, the Scalzos, came out of Wisconsin. So bring your mic down a little bit. Sorry. So, and last night, I felt terrible for you guys. I know the horsepower you're making. I know the ground speed you're making. It started to spit and sputter a little bit in the rain. Saw the guys moving some weight back. I could tell you're shifting in some taller gears to try to get hooked up to that track, and you seem to find it and walked a nice one out there.
We've been down here ever since Charlie started having the 4-1 class. We kind of knew it's not the first time it's rained down here. It's Louisiana. We're just glad to be here, you know. But we kind of had some notes and went by our notes and got it figured out.
Good stuff. Man, the 401 classes came a long way, you know, since the inception of it. I know we're pushing 3,000 horsepower around
Sure.
now. It depends whose dyno you're on. I know that game
Right.
as well. But when that class first came around, you know, it was around 1,700 horsepower, and the way it's doing it now, we're pushing the limits of those
That's right.
chassis.
No
So,
doubt.
a lot of fun. That tractor came out of Wisconsin, the Scalzos. I would competed against it. They'd come to some Badger State events, some NTPA region events. Like I'd
Sure.
hook with them at Toma and stuff like that. Did you have a truck? Did you pull before you got your tractor?
I pulled with the USA pullers. I pulled a Hot Farm tractor, and that tractor used to be a Hot Farm with USA.
Okay.
Brad Woods actually built that tractor.
So it
and
went
then-
to Wisconsin.
Then he sold it to Roger Scalzo,
came back.
and then me and my wife bought it back from Roger.
Love it. It's a beautiful piece.
Thank you.
I love that sheet metal. Let's talk about Mid South. How long have you been pulling with Mid South? Is that your main association, or who do you normally pull with?
Well, in 2022, we went and pulled NTPA Region 2.
Okay.
And we didn't have time to run Mid-South. They had fewer hooks at Region 2.
Yep.
So we traveled and went and run with them. Then we came back, and we've had breakage and parts issues and this, that, and other. And we hadn't got to run a complete season with Mid-South, but yes, that's our primary.
Yeah, we just talked with Russell, and that's the most popular class in Mid South from a hook perspective.
It's hard to
25
keep
hooks
one
this year.
together, that many hooks.
Yeah, no, it is. I tried it once with the Outlaws. So
Yeah.
It didn't work out good for me.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but I got to thank Jed and Brandon and of course Brad Woods for
Yep.
keeping it running.
You get good people. So let's talk about your program a little bit. Who does your tires?
Hawthorne does the tires, like he posted on Facebook earlier. It's a brand new set of Parks tires last night, and so far we're very pleased.
Yeah, the 4-1s across the nation seems to have good luck with those
Yeah,
Parks
that's
tires.
right.
Our class really, the 4-1 class really has become a tire game.
It has.
We all have access to I think everybody either runs a Hartz or a Weimer Turbo
That's
and
right.
fuel. Turbo, sorry, I
Yeah.
can't even talk sometimes. Turbo. But it seemed like the tire game, you know, we went with we saw that Firestone, and we saw the Parks, and then we saw the whole shots. Now I kind of seen a switch again back to the
Sure.
Parks. So,
Right now we're running a Weimer Charger,
Sure.
and we're happy with it.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing good things out of Apex, so
Yep.
we'll see what they have in the
okay,
future.
cool. I wasn't aware of that. I always thought they were really strong in the super
They
farm
are,
class.
but they're branching out also.
Good deal.
Those guys have been really good to Brad and his Super Farm program. So
Well, that thing runs.
It does.
He is always a favorite on full pull
Yeah,
picks.
that's
Always
right.
a favorite on full pull picks. Whenever I have Brad Woods up there in the Thunderstruck tractor. Again, Patrick Payne here with me, Bad to the Bone. Your winner last night in Hammond, Louisiana. It was a battle last night. It truly was a driver's track. Did you let any air out to try to get hooked up? Did you move any weight? What did you do differently?
actually,
that you wanted to do?
we moved 400 pounds last night, and that's kind of uncommon on a big block.
That's a lot.
And we moved 400 back, and they let the air down, and tried to leave easy, and hey, dumb luck, it worked.
It worked out good. We're experiencing a little bit of a rain shower now. It's supposed to we're all looking at the radar. We think it's going to go away.
I think it's going to pass.
Yeah,
I think
I do
it'll be
too.
good.
So,
Track's covered, so
Yeah.
I think it'll be good.
did you have anybody home watching on the live stream last night cheering for you?
I don't know. My wife's got a few health issues we just found out about, so
Okay, sorry about that.
we didn't really know that we were going to even get to come
I'm
until
glad you
the
made
end
it.
of the week, and we said, hey, look, let's go.
Yeah,
So
that's good for you. How far of a drive was it for you?
it's
down
about
here, Patrick?
6 hours.
6 hours.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we live in West Tennessee, just south of Jackson.
What do you do for a living, Patrick?
We own a trucking company.
Okay, cool.
And help my wife's first cousin's farm, and so we stay busy.
How many trucks do you have on the road?
We run 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And
Van, flatbeds?
we pull mostly dump trailers and fertilized tanks.
Okay.
So
Are they run kind of local, or?
we run regional.
Okay,
Yeah.
good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal.
We
The
stay
name-
busy.
No, I know you got it back from. So when your tractor was a hot farm, was it bad to the bone?
It was.
or-
It
so
was.
That name has stayed with it
Yeah.
all the way through.
Actually, Brad and his wife named that tractor and Thunderstruck also, and they named it after rock songs.
Awesome.
So
I like it.
That's where they both
Well,
got their
George
name.
Thoroughbred.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I like it. Good. Again, Patrick Payne here with me, Bad to the Bone, 4.1 Limited Pro Stock, your winner last night in Hammond, Louisiana, South Louisiana Truck and Tractor Pull. I'll check on fullpullpicks.com a little bit after I let you go here. We're gonna go through some of the odds tonight for our wagering. Who are some of the people that you looked up to pulling as a youngster and made you want to get into the sport?
You know, I always farmed my whole life. I say my whole life. You know, I'm 36 years old, but I started driving a tractor when I was 8, and we just went to the local pools, and you know, actually, I got to know Brad. That's how I got in,
Yep.
and then he introduced me to Roger Scalzo, and you know, everybody knows the Mastersons.
Yes.
You know, they're iconic. You look up to them, and you know, I knew who Russell and Jed and all those was, and that's just how it got started.
Yeah. Any pulls that you just can't miss every year? Like your tractor just loves the dirt, or for whatever reason it just does well there. Like you love going there because you know you're going to have a good hook.
You know, I really enjoy coming to Louisiana down here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I have a good hook every time, but I've had bad luck. I broke a crank on this track.
Ooh,
but,
cranks are bad, yes.
But, you know, we really enjoy coming down here.
Yeah.
Like Lawrenceburg, and, you know.
That's Russell's pull, right?
It is.
Okay.
It is. And Lexington, Alabama. I don't know what it is about the place.
That's like a
I
historic
enjoy
pull,
it.
right?
Yeah,
It's
is.
been going on a long time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not the greatest track, but I really like the place.
Good crowds?
Yeah, it is. It is.
What makes, like, when you say, Patrick, I like a place, or I like a pull, what does that mean to you? Like, what are the things that you need to check that box?
Well, it's just the community and the atmosphere, and I mean, you know, it's not really the track to me. Everybody's got to pull on the same track.
Agreed.
So, you know, it's just really tractor pulling to me is more than just driving the tractor. It's everybody here. They're all like family.
Yep, that's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. What do you have anything on your bucket list? A Bowling Green, Louisville, anything like that you want to do or go win at?
You know, I'd really like to go to Rockwell, Iowa and win. Roger won out there, and I would like to go back it up if possible.
If you're on the left track, sitting on the tractor, run the left side. That is always the line.
Right.
Okay, I just want you to remember that.
I've never been there, and I really want to go.
Yep, because the center of the track on that right left side. I've had good luck there too, but Roger got me, so
Yeah.
I remember that specifically. It's all fun.
Roger was tough.
Oh, he's awesome competitor. Awesome competitor. Does he still have his little mini one that looks just like the big
It's
tractor?
his brother's, and actually now it's still named Bad to the Bone, but it looks just like Bulletproof Buck.
Okay, gotcha.
And Roger's in the process now of building it's either going to be a light pro or a 5.0.
Yeah, the rumors I've been hearing has been
Yeah.
light pro, but you know how pro
He's building it to go either way.
Okay.
He's going light pro if he can get the weight down.
Yep.
But if he can't get the weight down, he's going 5.0.
I know Badger State's allowing the component chest.
Sure.
But region or the WTPA has not yet. So I
Right.
know a lot of those tractors are going to some of the components are obviously going to migrate towards Badger State.
Right.
And I know all the 5.0s.
I think that's what he's hoping.
Yeah, that's good. They have a really good bunch of light pros up there
Yeah.
in Wisconsin.
So I look forward to getting him back out.
Cool. One more question before I let you go. Who do you want to thank today? Who makes all this happen for you and your family?
You know, I gotta thank Brad, probably Brad Woods first and foremost for keeping me in line, and
That's not
Dixie
easy to do.
Dino and Jed and Brandon.
Who owns Dixie Dino?
Russell and Jed own it together.
Okay.
Russell counts Jed Pettis, but Jed and Brandon they work on everything together. I got to thank Weimer Turbo, Hawthorne Tire. Lord, I'll forget somebody. I've got to thank Northeast Diesel.
Okay.
Shad, they brought me fuel last night. I mean, it takes an army. I mean, the Simon guys say it best. It takes an army.
It does. And they actually have an army.
Yeah,
those guys.
that's right.
They're the only ones with an army?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, but they say it best. It takes
Are
an
you
army.
looking up that Farley at the Big Dog?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But I guess that's really about it. I mean, the Cavalry boys,
That's a pretty good
they
bunch
hooked
of
up
people
with
to
us
thank
and
there,
brought
so.
the tractor down, and we came down in a pickup. So I
Do you
mean,
consider this a horsepower track?
it can be.
Yeah.
It can be at times.
Obviously, it wasn't last night for you
Right,
guys with the moisture on top, but
they hit this track down here right, and it can be.
good deal. Well, good deal. Patrick, I'm going to kick you out.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on in.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it, and good luck tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, fans, again, I'm going to wrap up here our countdown to pull time show. But first, before we get there, I am going to tell you about Full Pull Picks. I'm going to get my phone out, and I'm going to the Full Pull app, and I'm going to make my picks. Don't forget this every Wednesday night now. If you haven't seen it yet, we have a brand new podcast on the Full Pull platforms. This Week in Pulling, hosted by our very own Dan Mayer, and then Miles and Jeremy Krieger are his co-hosts with us as well. And we have some new stuff coming out with our Legends series that's finish up. The announcements are going to be coming out this week as well. And don't forget the No Practice podcast every other Wednesday night with Chase, Tyler, and Adam. So, Full Pull Picks, it's super easy to do. I need you to get your phone out right now, sit at home, or go to your computer, head over to fullpullpicks.com. We're going to have a little bit of fun. So, we're going to start out with the Super Farm class here tonight. So, we have head-to-head matchups here. Okay, fans? There's going to be two groups on your phone. The top one, you will pick who will do the best between Thunderstruck, who's 1-1 right now, Deer Tracks, Greg Freeze at 3-1, Ridge Runner at 8-1, and High End Harvester at 1.6-1. So right now the money is on Thunderstruck with Brad Woods. He won last night, so I'm going to pick him. And then our other head-to-head side of it, we have the Green Fever, Russ Vandergrift, Bare Bones Binder, Brandon Cromwell. He was the first hook last night. And Raging Mule, Clay England, and then Financial Mistake, Marianne Kerr, with that good-looking Oliver. It's got the white paint job on it. And the favorite right now so far is Green Fever with Russ Vandergrift, Bare Bones Binder. I am going to take Marianne Kerr with Financial Mistakes. I'm going to place my wager here. And then we'll move on to the next class. Again, you can do this up until the class starts, and you can make multiple picks as well. So don't be afraid. I think this. Kick it around a little bit and see what happens. The next class up I have up on Full Pull Picks. Again, Pro Stock Diesel Trucks. Again, this is another head-to-head matchup. So who will do the best between Brady Ingram and Scheid Diesel, Dixie Ram, Caroline Armstead? They went 1-2 last night, fans, okay? They went 1-2 last night. Brady won, Caroline was second. The Bandit, and then Hookin' for a Cure. So I'm going to go with Caroline. I think she's going to try to go back and get a little revenge on Brady here from last night. And then the other side of the bracket on our head-to-head, I got Greg Stranley with Out of Hand, a fellow Wisconsinite down here hanging out in Louisiana, White Lightning, Sound of Madness, and Midnight Smoke, Dimitri. And right now, Sound of Madness with Austin is the favorite at 1-1. And I'm going to take Midnight Smoke with Dimitri Straticus. They got 3 trucks in the class. I think that's an advantage for them, and that allows them to take a look at some different readings and do things like that. So we're good to go here. Next up on Full Pull Picks, I have 2-wheel drive trucks. Last night we had a 3-way tie, if you will. So 340 was the full pull mark. Andy Teasley and the Apex went out first. Chase Richardson came up next with Suffer Insanity. And then Don Nelson came up with the little whip. They all went over 340, decided not to pull off, so we had a tie for first place. There was a little bit of confusion last night for us in a live stream because we didn't hear any of that. We were just told that Donald Nelson won, but they were all told if they go over 340, it would be a tie, or they would be a pull off. And they decided because of the impending rain not to have the pull off. So, but now this one's a little bit different because we have 18 trucks in the class. You're going to pick 2 people to finish in the top 3. So what we can do? Oh, hey, look at this! This is fancy. Let's go to 2-wheel drive picks here. Thank you, producer, for doing this. Oh, dang it! Now we got to log in. That's okay. I'll keep going here, as Allie. Everybody, write down her email address at home, and then send her an email and tell her how much you love her. You're going to pick 2 people that you think are going to finish in the top 3 here, fans, in the 2-wheel drive class. So, Hidden Figures, TJ Wallace. Final Notice, Eddie Wiley. Tennessee Wildchild. Thunder Road, Mike Rigsby. That's Danny Lusk with the Tennessee Wildchild. Kryptonite with Wesley Lusk. He won Shelbyville, Tennessee when we were down there. 2-timing Chad Mayhill. Apex, Will Teasley. Actually, Andy's driving. His dad, Will, is staying home because his kid had some games. Jesse Petro, 1-5. There it is. Awesome, Allie. Thank you. Gunsmoke, Robert Sychek. Suffer Insanity, Chase Richardson, your defending Grand National Champion, as well as your Louisville Farm Show winner. He is your favorite right now at 1-1. So is Teasley with the Apex. Little Whip, Donald Nelson. He's 4-1 right now, and he was in the pull off last night as well. Easy Money, Jacoby Wiley. Tremor, Mark Ford. Papa Bear, Larry Dowdit. Nothing easy about it, Brent Seacrest, your 2022 Grand National Champion. Then we have the field pick. And this is what's great about the field pick. When you click on the field pick, it's going to bring up these pullers. Texas Two-Step, Cole Sychek, who had a monster pass last night, but he ended up going out of bounds. Rampage, Jonathan Payne, or Thumper, Timmy McCluskey. If you pick the field, those 3 trucks, if any of those 3 trucks finish in the top 3, you're good to go. So I'm gonna take the field, and I'm gonna grab Suffer Insanity with Chase Richardson. I'm gonna place my wager there. But again, fans, you can do multiple wagers on here. And you put what the multiplier does is you can do a 1 or a 2. So if you put 1 there, it'll be a $5 wager. If you put 2 in there, it'll double it. It'll be a $10 wager. We have a $5 minimum wager up to $1,500. So I'm going to place that wager right now. And I'm going to go back to the lobby. Oh, let's do one more two-wheel drive pick here. Okay. So I'm going to do, I'm going to take Kryptonite with Wesley Lusk. And I'm going to take Apex Will Teasley. Now, why am I grabbing Kryptonite? He's 5-1 right now. That gives me a chance to make a little bit of money. And I like that a lot. And I also know that truck runs because I saw it win at in Shelbyville, Tennessee. So if I would go there and I hit next, our producer just picked Chase Richardson with Suffer Insanity. They're going to confirm their wager and then go back to the lobby. And this is how easy it is, fans, to do this. I like it. And let's do one more here. We have I'm going to go back to my lobby on my phone. Let's do light limited super stocks. So this is a head-to-head. We only have 4 competitors tonight. So what you would do, fans at home, you have to pick between Grease Monkey and Larry Anderson or the Grain Train. Now, they're both alky burners, right? But Grease Monkey won last night with Larry. But I'm telling you, Nick Harrell's tractor won. So I'm going to take Nick on my picks there. Nick Harrell with the Grain Train. And then the Case IH, Michael Rose, the 210, that's a diesel. And then the Cracker Jack is an Alice as well. I would take Michael Rose with the Case IH Puma. So click that one, and then take Grain Train. And then let's put a multiplier in there of 2. So you can see now I'm making a $10 wager. And then my pick to win would win $10.40. I'm going to submit it and confirm. Now I'm having a little bit of fun here. Sitting back. We've been doing this for a long time, fans, sitting in the grandstands. Now we can do it on our phones. I love it. And the last class will be the 4.1 Limited Pros down there in the bottom left. Last night's winner, Patrick Payne with Bad to the Bone, was just in here with me here on Countdown to Pull Time. Again, this will be another head-to-head situation. You, the fan, pick who do you think will do the best between Bad to the Bone, Patrick Payne, Dixie Deer, Jed Pettis, or the Weekend Warrior with James Calvary. So Bad to the Bone won last night. I am going to take the Weekend Warrior with James Calvary. He's 2.6-1 right now on the plus side of it. On the other side, we got Never Satisfied Larry Dean and the Deer Hunter 4.1. So make that pick, Allie. The Weekend Warrior, James Calvary, right there. And then Never Satisfied Larry Dean. And let's just do a 1 multiplier, Allie. Okay, that $5 wager there, fans, will win me $9.20. You can do this on fullpullpicks.com on your iPad or on your computer, or you can do it on your phone, which I prefer to do with the Full Pull app, and you can do it on your phone. So, fans, we are excited to bring you Night 2, Session 2, from the South Louisiana Truck and Tractor Pull here in Hammond, Louisiana. Big shout out to Russell Counts, who was my first guest tonight here. He is the president of the Mid-South Pullers. You also know him from the Dixie Deer 4.1 Limited Pro. And also that we had Patrick Payne, the Bad to the Bone 4.1 Limited Pro Stock winner. Your winner here last night, Friday night. We'll see how he does tonight. So 6 o'clock is a tentative start time. I'm going to say tentative because it is still raining outside right now. But the track is covered, so don't worry. If we start at 6:30 or 7, you can sit at home on your chair and you can enjoy Full Pull Live. We're going to bring it to you. We have some great events coming up in May that we're going to be announcing this course, and then the pulling season really gets crazy. We start in Benson, North Carolina. That May 30 and 31st for the NTPA Grand National. So, on behalf of all of us here at Full Pull Live, we love you. We can't wait to see you, and tune in tonight at 6 p.m. Central for